Right, what we're going through here is the main things you've got to think about when you're trying to make a product. Like what are the key things you need to make sure a product is good and going to be successful. So the first thing is you need to have a unique selling point. So if you have a unique selling point, it's something that makes your product different from your competitors. So the absolute definition here is, I can just get rid of this black box, a feature that sets your product or service apart from your competitors. Now, the reason why you have a unique selling point is kind of twofold. One, it means that people will want to buy it because you're different from your competitors. And two, if there's a unique selling point, you're more likely to pay more for it. So Pringles, obviously, their unique selling point was that they are like that kind of weird shape. So that's that one. The Nintendo Wii, I mean, to be honest, the Nintendo Wii, the dream's over on that. No one's buying it anymore. But their unique selling point was that you can kind of swing the controller. I think we can all agree now that it was actually rubbish. The iPhone has loads of unique selling points. And then my brother's actually got a smart car, and the unique selling point for him is that he can fit it anywhere. I'm not going to lie to you, this man's like 6'3". He looks absolutely ridiculous in the smart car, but as long as he's happy. Okay, anyway, so these all products have had good unique selling points and they've kind of worked. Over here now is proof that unique selling points don't always work. Where am I going? What's it? Don't go away. Right, firstly, this was that breakfast mates thing where they add the milk in the actual box. So you got a spoon of milk and the food in the box. But obviously the problem was the milk was like lukewarm, so it's disgusting. And then the next ones were, oh, that controller. Back in the day, me and my brother wanted this more than anything. It was called the Jaguar, and it had like 18 buttons on it, like you can see. But the thing was, like, you could never work out which button was what, so it was stupid. And you know, I've talked about these shoes enough. Like, let's face it, I've been waiting for a class to buy me these shoes. No one has. Size 12, so you know, see what you feel like. Anyway, all right, here we go. This slide has just got some high level humour for Mr. Robinson here, right? So, brand name, which one is right? So, used to mark cows. There's the banter. Obviously, that's not a brand name. I said a brand is a name or terms. I can't read my own writing. So a brand is a name, term, sign, symbol, or design given to a good or service. That's clearly part of the brand name thing. And then a brand is a business. No, but you could also say it helps make a product different from its competitors. So I'd say use that first bit as the first part of your definition, then use this as your second part of the definition. Now this is overkill, like this is the greatest definition of a brand ever. But the thing is, I don't want you to be like the people who kind of think they know everything about business and they just go like, oh, a brand is like a thing that makes like Tommy Hilfiger. Don't be like that person. Actually, have a really good way of explaining it. So try and learn that definition. Right, Right, this next bit's actually surprisingly difficult. For like a 6 mark question, they'll say, what is the purpose of a brand name? And you think, well, I don't know, to sell more products. But you want to try and sound a bit clever than that. So the first reason why you have a brand name is to try and make people more loyal to your product. Right, that's meant to say loyal. It doesn't say loyal. Anyway, so yeah, some people, you know what they're like? They'll say, I'm only going to have Cadbury's chocolate. When they see Hershey's chocolate, they kick off, they don't like it. So that's the first thing, to try and make people loyal so they'll keep on buying your product. Right, the second reason is, right, when I go to Aldi and I see Frosted Flakes and I see those penguins, I think, nah, man, I don't trust you. I want Tony the Tiger. And the thing is, those Flakes are about 77p, whereas Tony the Tiger probably cost me about £2. Which one am I going to go for? I'm going for Tony. So therefore, the second reason you have a brand name is people will pay more for your product because they'll trust it. Right. The third reason here is it helps you stand out. If you have a really good brand name, like look at all those brand names, all those chocolate bars. There's one that I want to have. Don't know about you. Just look at those brand names. For me, it's Curly Whirly. When I see Curly Whirly, I think, yeah, that's interesting. So a brand name can help you stand out against your competitors. Like the fourth one, this is average, but it's in the mark scheme, so I'm going to say it anyway. It's, the fourth one is to be able to be a global product. So if you get a really good brand name, you can sell your product globally, and everyone will recognise it. So I suppose the example I've got for this is I was in India when I was 14, and honestly, I was so ill. I was so ill the whole time. And this one time I saw one shop had Cadbury's chocolate in it, and it had Coca Cola as well, and I was so happy. Honestly, I almost cried. I was that happy. I don't really know what my point is. I suppose my point is the good thing about a brand name is you can then become a global name, which means, to be honest, out of the four, that is the most average one possible. So if you can explain that better than me, then enjoy yourself. If not, pick the other three and really explain them.